Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone, back to Crypto Traders Arena. Another episode of our weekly crypto review. Crypto weekly review? What do we call this show? Weekly crypto review? Some sort of review. But better yet, the road to financial freedom is our trading plan that we're talking about here every Sunday, talking about altcoin investing, and actually pretty fun to see we banged out several doubles here in the last week in this recent crypto uppiness, I guess you could say. And so it's nice to see this plan actually just kind of, we've patiently worked this thing now for 45 weeks for that matter. Now that we're on episode 45 today, most of 2023 is now behind us. We started here with this particular plan on January 1st. And to be fair, our timing, we missed a little bit of that first rally. So we had to patiently, the first quarter of the year was pretty uppy in crypto. And this particular plan started kind of after that bottom had came in, so we didn't got a couple doubles off during that time, but kind of had to sit and wait patiently while the market left us behind and wait for it to come down to our levels. And sure enough, it did, and we did get a chance to get several of these bids filled, and now we're starting to see the rewards of that now that we're seeing some uppiness here. So that's cool. So hopefully if you guys are following along with this, maybe you guys got some doubles too. I also had a pretty good week. I think I got three. Did I get three doubles or four? Four actually, I think. But so yeah, nice to see wins being banged out in the rooms too. Also a lot of lower time frame crypto trading here, taking advantage of this uppiness that's been happening. And kind of funny, we're sort of back in that place where we were, like sort of into this plan in the, like I was saying, the first few months of the year had to sort of not really focus on being patient and not chasing. And if there's something we missed, we had to simply just kind of wait for this to roll over. And I think it's kind of a similar situation now. If you're long, great. If you're not long, it's kind of a difficult place to be piling into most of these things that have already taken off. Not everything's taken off, and there are a lot of weekly W's that are sort of hovering right around the breakout level. And my opinion still, if I can buy these breakouts, I will. And if I also know that maybe this, we might have to go to lower lows here. We'll see. And if I could take advantage of any of these things that are pumping, then great. But if I missed them, I can't chase them. So it's still nothing is new in that regard. There are a couple names I'm sort of hunting that are kind of near the breakout levels right now. But just be careful chasing up markets. I don't know. I've said it a lot lately. It's just tricky, right? It's hard to go out on YouTube right now and I don't want to put out. I don't want to suggest any sort of FOMO or any sort of like, yeah, go buy something that's ripped already. Like, it's just not how we do things around here, and I certainly don't want to sound like that. So I am a bull for sure, and I also am a patient bull. And ideally, I'd like to buy some retests of these bounces here, like hopefully here in the next month or two. I do think there'll be opportunities to buy pullbacks on things that are strong, things that have now weekly W'd. I have guess I added a couple names to my weekly W list, and maybe I'm even slacking a bit because there's so many, but my weekly W list is building out pretty good. There's probably 30 names on there now. And these are all confirmed W breakouts that I've just been throwing in here every time I see one. And like a couple at the top here, like that I am hunting, like this would be a good example of, I think I probably got filled here yesterday on this SPA, but you can see like this one hasn't taken off yet. So I'm just hunting kind of right around that 48 cent level. And so like, here's one that I don't think I don't want to chase it when it was up here, but I think I have a good chance at probably sneaking in here. And you can see the OBV's turning up now. And so like, there's one just jumping right into a couple that I'm looking at, or like this ALCX. I kind of didn't, I should have already been in this one. I sort of got caught slacking a little bit. This week was a nice opportunity to buy some dips here. But I'm still just kind of hunting that breakout too. So those are two examples right off the bat of stuff that I would say hasn't taken off yet. That if the rest of the market can kind of maintain its uppiness here for a little while, then these might produce some wins. But I also am just, then zooming out, just keeping in mind, we still are Bitcoin still is in a sort of a precarious area. So uh, it's hard to, be a super bull with Bitcoin just running right into 38.2 and trying to figure out what it's doing. Ethereum ripped to the top of the range, but couldn't quite take out the highs. So we're just kind of in this place where it's like, are we going to see lower prices into the end of the year, which would be my general assumption, or at least sluggishness into the end of the year, maybe not lower lows. That would be my general thinking, but we'll see. It's getting on the middle of November, so we have 6 weeks of tax loss selling ahead of us potentially, and Bitcoin could roll over it in its 38.2 here and have to pull back a bit, and not even go into like a bear market or anything, but just like a deep pullback seems pretty Bitcoin like. Bitcoin loves a nice deep pullback every once in a while. So we'll see what happens. So just kind of treading along, but for the sake of these sort of all long-term plans, like this plan that we do this show around, and that's available, just as always a reminder, that plan itself is available on our Discord channel. But nothing's really changed as far as that plan goes. I mean, this is a zoomed out kind of weekly chart type plan. We're just sort of still in accumulation mode. Yeah, we're having like a little bit of a mini run here. Some stuff's really ripping, like Rune, for example. I got a second double on Rune, so it's already up a lot. Sol's just been ripping. I mean, there's a lot of things that are totally ripping. But point being, not a lot's changed here. We're just still kind of in this pre-Bitcoin halving accumulation phase where we're, trying to buy stuff like here at the bottom of the range. And hopefully we get an opportunity to buy some of these stronger ones on pullbacks. So, but the point I wanted to make from a zoomed out perspective is, I mean, like looking at my Bitcoin chart here, I mean, we are getting up into like, we're above 38.2 to be fair, but we're just in this zone here, this orange box, like the Colin dump chaser zone kind of idea. Like we could easily see price roll over here. So, I mean, we've obviously been in this straight up kind of rip here now for quite a while, just making higher highs and higher lows. And this is kind of the place where we would maybe think about a pullback here, even if it's just a deep pullback into like the 30Ks against like these highs. That could be enough to shock the altcoin market pretty good. If we rip, if you just dump down super hard, then it's probably going to produce pretty deep pullbacks in altcoins, which in my mind at this point are just buying opportunities. Like definitely like buy the dip kind of thinking in altcoins in general for these investment plans, in my opinion. So let's just see what happens here. I mean, so nothing's really changed from last week. I mean, last week we got rejected at 38.2 right on the money and just had like a small rejection. And then, by the end of this week now, we're obviously just poking up into this sort of traffic area. So, I mean, if anything, you got to at least see there's some resistance here. I'm not saying it has to be the top, but it's a little foolish to think that this is a good place to go in and be a buyer looking for, I don't know, how do you even frame a trade around buying 36,000 Bitcoin? Like, where's your target at and where's your stop at? It's a very tricky place to go and be a Bitcoin buyer. But like going back to that spa that I was just looking at, something like that is very viable in my opinion. So it's just about where your attention is. I don't think attention can be on Bitcoin or Ethereum at the moment. I mean, Ethereum, I'll just point out that we just haven't been able to take out that high. I mean, clearly like Ethereum had some positive news this week, I guess, around like ETFs and stuff, and whatever happened, got a nice strong move here. And relatively a strong month here, the last month of Ethereum. But haven't been able to take out that high yet. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I was also noticing there's not a lot of volume. It's not like we're seeing like huge volume ramping up through that rally. A little bit of a bump in volume after basically it's sluggish. It's actually crazy. And this looks the same on like Binance and stuff too. This is Coinbase, but it's funny how there was just not a lot of volume basically going all the way back to this high here. It's just been kind of stagnant since April. And this is a good example of that. This is the exact opposite of Bitcoin, right? In the sense that we, rallied up, came down into 38.2 pump chaser zones, consolidated here against the 50% level, and then launched up. So it's not like a huge surprise to catch a bounce here. But as we come up to this top of this range here, also not really the best place to be longing Ethereum, I would say, right? So we'll just have to see. There's certainly no top here yet, like in terms of a weekly chart. And even if a daily, at best on a daily chart, we could just argue that we maybe put in a 3-bar fractal top here, and did confirm it, and now is sort of bouncing here today a little bit, but that's not like a top, right? We are up into like kind of like up against the range, of huge range, by the way. I mean, if anything, look at, it's funny to just think of Ethereum as that range. Is just pretty epic level we're at right here, right? Because we're just coming up against like this sort of key low, and now we've formed like a nice solid top of the range here at 2100. So until that truly, we could easily just kind of pop through there and then rip back down on like an FU. Any sort of move through here, you'd really want to see it on strong volume here to justify that breakout. So, and then to be fair, I'll just leave with Ethereum saying that 2400 is 38.2, 2500 is a big fat round number. So seeing Ethereum shoot up into there wouldn't be out of the question by any means. That could easily happen. But in a way, that's also resistance. So there's just like a lot of, it's 38.2 resistance. So there is a lot of traffic right here that could result in rolling over a bit. So we just got to kind of wait and see how that plays out. But it certainly isn't topped out yet. And everything looks relatively positive in altcoin land for the most part. Lots of doubles being banged out by a lot of people actually around our community and on Twitter, and people I know from this whole game. Seems like a lot of uppiness for sure. So that's good. So I guess I skipped over the broader market a little bit. I just kind of jumped into Bitcoin and Ethereum, but that's the tell. And I will just add really quick about the broader market. I suppose the DXY, since we've been following it so much, the M is still just in process here. There is a weekly M in the DXY, and now we've just retested that M. So it's just a question of is this a local top here, and can we maybe even at least just dip down into like 38.2s, down in the like 104? And if we do roll over here, that does give some breathing room for crypto in general. Not that crypto's really been following the DXY inversely that well lately, but still in general, like if the dollar can roll over here, then the risk on markets should have a little bit more wind at their backs, I suppose. Probably shows up a little bit more in the stock market here, but I mean, end of my point here is this classic, bearish retest here, just trying to figure out if it's going to actually get back up into the range fully, or if there might be a rollover here. So I'll be watching that here this week, see what happens with the DXY, and maybe it shows up more in the stock market, but you can kind of see like we're in a strong dead cat bounce here now on the stock market. So this is the SPY, really strong last 2 weeks, even gapping up this week. But look where we're at here. We just rammed right up into 61.8 fibs off of this new range that's established now. And so, again, kind of getting up into short location here on the stock market too. So not great, like long locations here. It's just, we got to wait and see, see if there's any bull left in this uptrend here. I don't think this is much of a bottom here. This is just kind of like a dead cat bounce actually out of the pump chaser zone. We just ripped down into previous support and bounced pretty hard. But there is an M top working, and now we're getting into short reload zones. So this is short location. So not really fully broken yet, but this is just kind of ugly price action, to be honest. Whatever this, maybe this was like a strong buy the dip kind of situation where smart money was loading up here down against, previous support. But it just looks a little suspect to me, and we could easily roll over again. But until there's like real breakdowns on the other side of this trend line, I don't think this is broken 100%. So we'll see. And like I said, if the dollar can actually roll over, then maybe this thing does keep pushing higher. I think probably best for the stock market is just to stay range bound here for a little while, to be honest, and set up something better, like with the top of the range being, up at 459, and then, the bottom of the range down here. If we can just bounce around in here for a while, that's probably just give it some time to kind of, set up the next move. And the NASDAQ, I'll just say it ripped out. Like we kind of have this parallel channel sort of building here. It's kind of a downwards sloping channel that is now being sort of taken out at the moment. Also not great long location, and we're just slamming up into 78.6, but we are back all the way up to the top of the range. So let's just see what happens here. Maybe they freaking take the NASDAQ to new highs. I don't know. Of course, like, up against the old M here. So definitely has room to keep going, but But anyway, it's just kind of breaking out here. So the stock market looks a little bit dead cat bouncy, and possibly could grind higher. No, certainly no like weekly top there, and there's no like daily breakdown here either. I mean, if anything, look at OBV here, just in a big old W now. So kind of looks uppy. So I suppose if, I don't know, crypto's uppy, stock market's uppy. I don't know if we'll just have to see if the end of the year kind of causes any sort of rolling over here. I do think it is likely though, even though this looks pretty bullish. And they might just be setting up a trap here, right? Like a bull trap because of the location. You know, if you think about the location we're actually sitting in, it's a little trappy to be going long here. Definitely could get run over trying to take longs in a location like this. So that's enough of the stock market. Maybe I'll end the broader picture with just a thought on Ethereum, Bitcoin versus Bitcoin, because I do have the thought of maybe considering swapping some Bitcoin for Ethereum. I was trying to think where would I like to do that, and obviously I'd rather do that down in reload zones. And I do think this kind of looks, for how strong Ethereum was this week, this doesn't actually look that strong to me. I mean, we sure did have like a couple uppy days here over the last week. But I don't know if this is really bottomed yet. If anything, we're just at the bottom of this little range that's been carved out. So that's okay location for a bounce. This trend line I've drawn has not even been tested fully yet on the other side, so there's no real trade here. But maybe W's on the side of this trend line could produce that swap. I don't know. It's like the question is, started with the question I was asking myself is Ethereum going to outperform Bitcoin this year? Is that possible, or this cycle? It seems likely. I mean, I was thinking in my head, well, what would be like a 5x on Ethereum? You know, $2,000 Ethereum to $10,000 Ethereum seems almost like I don't want to say no brainer because I don't want to sound that that for sure of myself, but it seems like we could see $10,000 Ethereum someday. But that's just a 5x here. If Bitcoin 5x, I suppose, from where it's at, I mean, are we going to see $180,000 Bitcoin? So I'm just sort of starting to weigh that in my head. Like, would I be interested in sort of swapping some Bitcoin to Ethereum? And I think I'd like to do it down here. So like if Ethereum can get down to like 45 cents and lower, then yeah, I think it's kind of a pretty good buy down here in the under 45s area. And I do think that's possible. So I'm going to be watching for that and maybe buy some Ethereum with Bitcoin here. But up right here, I'm just sort of patiently watching to see what happens here. Maybe W's on the other side of this trend line would maybe. But I do think it's interesting to, and my real thought here is I don't think Ethereum versus Bitcoin looks that strong right here compared to how strong Ethereum was this week. But so I think Bitcoin still is kind of in control here. And we'll just see it. I mean, I'd be shocked if they don't at least just kind of FU that low. You can see like these highs back here and the 61.8 level here. It seems like they could easily just rip it down there. OBV itself is actually kind of rolled over. It looks like it's hemming out here. So yeah, and it doesn't really look that strong. So anyway, Ethereum Bitcoin is something I'm watching, and I suppose for fun, I've been watching this total. I will say the total market cap looks bullish as hell. So it does look like crypto's like expanding in market cap, right? Like, I mean, and I just see this as like a pretty solid, like head and shoulders-y looking bottom here. I started kind of thinking about this ABCD that's just taking us up at least to these lows here and that kind of big M. And of course, 38.2 is up at 1.6 trillion. So it does look like crypto has room to just breathe up to, up higher. Damn, that's a bullish looking chart in general. So it does look like the uppiness, it hasn't died out yet. And it looks like money's flowing into crypto kind of, which during this time, I mean, where was the public? Actually, the funny thing is I saw my first on Instagram today. I got added to some group, and I don't talk about crypto at all on my Instagram. I mean, it probably searches my phone and shit, but I did notice I got the first kind of weird spammy Bitcoin thing in like a long time. And I thought that was fascinating. I haven't really seen a lot of that kind of nonsense on my Instagram, but just today I saw somebody added me to some group, and it was funny too because it was guaranteeing 200 to 300% a week profits. I'm like, fuck, okay, sounds good. I mean, I don't know. Anybody watching this show, is that realistic? I don't know. You hear somebody say something like that. It's just, God, the credibility is, it's just so stupid. Like, yeah, you're going to guarantee 300% a week. Okay. But anyway, point being, it sounded like it was like the first, like, sort of like, oh shit, the public might be kind of like FOMO right here. I don't know. That's the first time I'd seen that in a long time. And of course, back here, like I was just gonna say, like, where's the public back here? I mean, of course, they hated, anybody involved in FTX and stuff, which I don't know if they qualify as the public necessarily, but everybody hated crypto back there. And then, sure enough, here we are, and it's kind of a sensible. This is where they're starting to like it again, right as we run up into 38.2s. So anyway, maybe the public is slowly making their way back, and that's kind of that makes sense. I mean, I think by like next year, you're gonna probably see the public's calling you, asking you when to buy Bitcoin and stuff again. We'll see. So anyway, sort of my broader market rant. Of course, we're gonna go over our Road to Financial Freedom plan, look at the 5 coins on the list for today, check out our bids, and then probably Paul will show you our doubles that we did get. And of course, you can always go and look at that spreadsheet or even download it yourself just through our Discord channel, which you can find at cryptotradersarena.com if you're not already a member. We do have to verify people manually, so if you do join, there might be just a tiny wait time to get verified so you can actually see all the content. But usually Paul's pretty much right on that very quickly, unless you catch him when he's asleep. But yeah, join our Discord if you're not already in there. We're talking about this stuff every day. And of course, we also get way more into trading setups and actually lower time frame trading. This shows basically weekly charts, and we're just trying to figure out how to take advantage of the weekly, or sort of like the long-term altcoin cycle, which is kind of based around the Bitcoin halving, which is next year. And we're basically in prime time for starting to see these kind of moves, and also starting to see, to see these bottoms coming in, and then sort of the end of this brutal bear market that we've been in through this whole last couple of years. So if you're new to us, then we're here every Sunday doing the same thing. So you can just pick up right where we are, and hopefully, like I said earlier, it's like now we're kind of in that place where like Peer is a double I got. This, you can't chase this thing right here. Like now we have this like nice sideways channel that's built. We took out the top of the range, and it's debatable whether this will maintain that. I could easily see pullbacks down into these areas, and these are definitely buying opportunities. So, our general approach is just to anything that looks like this. We're just basically taking our fib tool and looking for better levels to be a buyer, which like in this case, 61.8 and belows are sort of the location that I'm willing to be a buyer at this point. And I don't mind even getting a little more aggressive and hunting 61.8s at this point, because I think, like when I look at something like this, I think the bottom's in. Personally, I think any dips into these levels is very viable. Now, sure, we might have to take out the lows and sort of set up again, but I think there's a really good chance that this is a nice solid bottom. I mean, you got a weekly W back here that's still holding the lows. I'm making the lows, so I suppose my fib actually should really be off of that level. But you can see that little weekly W that kind of marks the base. And then now we've just been doing nothing but putting in more kind of W type action. And like I said, this is a sideways channel that's now broken out. So yeah, any dips against this, I think, are buying opportunities. And that goes for like any of these names. But the problem here is you can't really chase it right here. I mean, this is $6.34. You could easily just a simple dip back into the reload zones, you'll be down 50%. So you might just keep that in mind before you go and chase the markets here. Because we will, like, just that was the point I was going to make, is just like last time, around the beginning of the year, many of these things that looked like this, like January, February of this year, ended up looking like this down here later. What did Peer even do? Let's see. I suppose, where's January here? That was this rally. So like perfect example would be like Pure didn't blast off like a lot of things, but it did do pretty well. This was December of January. The first week in January was this big green bar. You can see how right out the gate in January they just put in weekly W's and took the market off. And sure enough, if you would have bought up here, you would have just had to suffer this whole time. You'd have ironically been okay now, but you would have been underwater pretty much all year. And you can see how chasing the market up here, you would have just immediately went kind of down in the dumps. Maybe you panic got out of it as it got back to your level here, but this is kind of the situation we're in right now. Is like, let's wait for these dips. You can see how dips into reload zones would have been nice buy areas, which is actually where I first bought Pier here, down in this reload zone. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Got to wait for this sort of pullback. If you're not already riding these things into glory. So anyway, that's kind of my spiel for today. I guess I already talked about the two. Those are the only two names I'm currently bidding on. Was that AL? I mean, there's probably more, but most recently that I just put these bids in here is this SPA, which is just a beautiful weekly W that you're not chasing. I mean, it's basically just sitting there. I got to go look, but I probably got filled yesterday, I think. But you can see that nice little W there. A couple other examples real quick while Paul's getting ready to jump on here. I thought of lit because I had just a couple that we're probably not going to talk about on our plan today. Like this lit is also just sitting there kind of at the level. I mean, this week was a good opportunity to buy that sort of breakout level, kind of an ugly W, but right in the middle of a reload zone with the OBV divergence here. And also just still sitting in the reload zone. So not really even chasing it right there, in my opinion, as long as you're willing to let this trade play out. If you buy it at like 88 cents here like it is, you should be looking for at least a double, but you can see the upside's way higher. So if you're willing to buy in this area, you got to be willing to let these things breathe. It's not like you want to be taking profits 10, 15, 20% higher. I don't think that's the right look for this. I mean, if you're trading a setup, that's a whole other ball game. But if you're kind of trying to take advantage of the cycle, like I was saying earlier, like we're trying to do for this show, then we're looking for like cycle highs down the road, which is not just like right here. So, but I really like the way that lit looks. Maybe I could think of one more really quick. This ATA would be another one. I mean, there's a shit ton of them. I could just keep pulling them out. I'm just trying to find the ones that haven't completely launched. This one's starting to get into launch mode here. You can see the retests that were happening earlier in the week, but there's just another nice, pretty little W. I think I might have gotten 5 doubles off because I just remembered about Badger too this week. Lots of stuff like this is happening. So, big old, this is what we're looking for. Like on lit, you can see the little W there. Nice big move on the other side, or that ATA I just showed you. So anyhow, that's pretty much what I got to say today. Let me catch up in the comments really quick. I didn't even say hi to everybody or introduce my co-host. I never quite know how these are gonna go. But I just jumped right into whatever I was talking about. But people want to look at Link. Is Link breaking down? We can look at Link. We'll get to the requests here after we go through our 5 coins. Yeah, it looks like we have, somebody was asking about Pure, which I just did look at. And yeah, it is breaking out, but I think we're a little late to be buying. I mean, I just sold on a double, not really looking to buy Pure until it comes back down. But it certainly has broken out strong. I already talked about that. And hey, people saying hi. Hey, David. Hey, D-Mac. D-Mac's got his 4-leaf clover out today. Stefan telling everybody to hit the like button. That's something I never say. I always forget. Like and subscribe. I did notice our YouTube subscribers are slowly creeping up, so there are new people joining, which is nice. And the viewership is slowly going up as well. Yeah, and so anyway, you still around, Paul? Maybe are you about ready to start getting into our plan?
Well, I was taking a break, but okay, if you want.
If you're ready, I can keep
No, I'm just here.
rambling on.
No, I'm okay. Just switch the screen to my side and we can start.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was having some Discord issues, but seems like Discord's playing along today. So we got Paul's screen up, nice and happy with his cool bull image.
You like that?
Yeah,
Was just a scalp in the weekend. Just a scalp on 1 minute chart, 3 minute chart on weekend, then you can see the result. And to be nice and smooth, I put a nice bull with Crypto Traders Arena when I posted on VIP this one and so on. Okay, let's go on our plan and let's see the plan. So, same plan from last week, from the beginning of the year. Nothing changed. Simple one, easy to execute. Unfortunately, I noticed that some people they didn't bother to at least follow this one. Was a free one, was a simple one, and now some people are asking me what they should do. Well, I'm blabbing away with Kevin here from almost at least more than half a year. Levels, plan, simple, free, buy, sell half on a double, and things like that. You can see this plan, it's in one page. Easy to read, easy to execute, easy to understand, easy to free for everyone. More than that, no, I don't know if I could do for someone, but now you can still follow this plan from the beginnings to start over, but you need to, I don't know, to see where you are, where the market is, and I think putting the limit orders where we suggest it's a good strategy. It's up to you if you want to use it. We thought that it's a good idea for everyone from our Crypto Traders Arena community to make some money, some nice money with this plan. But I don't know. I cannot force anyone to play around. Okay, so where we are now with this plan? We are at reviewing the last time clay. Now we left with cake, and we have 5 coins. We managed to get some nice wins, and I even posted on Twitter. Let me see if I could find that post. You can see here. So IMX, we got a nice double, really nice, clean, but exactly or almost exactly the bottom here. And we have a sell half and a double. Some people ask me if they should sell another double if it will be the case. In this plan, no. Why? You don't want to sell your free coins at this point. You want to sell them in the top. Hopefully, a lot higher, 10 times higher. So you don't want to sell here at $2 and something, another half. You want to sell your coins at the top. That's the strategy. You don't know if the market will go here, make the second shot, and then will go back down. Slowly grinding higher, and you already sold the coins, and you don't get an opportunity to buy them back. So for me, only one sell half on a double. What is free for the top of the bull market? You can see the same thing we had on DIDX, something like that. I don't know how to spell it in English, but you can see. We bought the bottom. We will sell the top here if the market probably wants to test the highs here. Not a problem. We got our free coins from now on. We should think to reload. Yeah, I'll draw some levels. I will put some alarms because I want to reload. We have free coins. Our money are back. They are back in our account, and we should reload with that money. And we had another one. Okay, you can see same kind of thinking. Yeah, we missed some entries, but when we got some entries, you can see at what level we got the entries. I think we did a good job, even on this one. We have free coins now. If it wants to go higher, we have some exposure to this one. I don't know if you have more than that. I should double check, but if we have more than what I presented here, we'll speak about next week. So that's about it on the doubles we got this week. Now let's go back on our chart and let's talk about cake. Now, unfortunately, cake, you can see the W, you can see the breakout, you can see the retest. We bought here at $3.50, and market with all this pump is trying to push at $2. We don't have that weekly W. I didn't have enough reasons to buy here. Yeah, we had another 0.5, but we didn't have a W here. So if we didn't have a W, we didn't buy. We are still below our entry. I could still wait for the W to form. I don't think it's a bad idea. And I'll do exactly that. I'll wait for that weekly W to form. I'll wait for the breakout to test, and then I could buy again. So nothing to do on this one. If you think this one could go straight up, yeah, could go straight up. In that case, you should do something like that, where you got your fill here. So you bought at 3.5, you should sell somewhere at 7, yeah? And just put the sell half on a double. Just put your sell half on a double here and wait. It's the only thing you can do now. I don't see the weekly W. I'm not buying another 0.5. That's the strategy. That's the plan. The most important thing for me is to respect the plan we made. Now, if I'll miss a trade, so be it. I'll get 10 more because I'm respecting my plan. Okay, so that's cake. Yeah, could go a lot higher. We can even hit the short level, even if now seems improbable. But I'm not chasing here. I'm not buying. I don't see that weekly W. I should wait. It's that simple for me. Okay, let's see the next one. So this one, let's see where we have it. Same kind of thinking. You can see we have a limit order here at 0.07 cents. We didn't got a fill on that one. We are barely at the entry level. What we can do, same kind of thinking like we did on cake. 25 cents, 50 cents, it's a good level to sell. So we got a fill here. Usually what I'm doing, I'm putting my line here exactly where we got the fill. Same kind of thinking. I should be more careful how I manage these charts, because I know I shared it with the community and they should be updated constantly. I'm a bit lazy, seems like, but I'll resolve that problem on future. 1 second. So something like this. Again, I don't see that weekly W. No, I'm okay until I'll see that weekly W to keep my order here. For now, for the moment, it's just a dead cat bounce. Just a dead cat bounce. Yeah, I see the OBV is really bullish. I like that. But for the moment, I don't see anything to do on this one. We have 0.5. We have a limit order below. I don't see a weekly W. So putting my sell half on a double and nothing more to do. Let's take a look at the next one. That's Zilliqa. Well, on Zilliqa, we have a different story. Here, yeah, we are in the same situation. At the entry on the first buy order, we don't have the weekly W here. We have an order below. Oh, sorry, I didn't change the chart. Sorry. So, same kind of thinking. I see a weekly W here. I don't know if I think Kevin will be okay with that. It's a weekly W, but it's not a wide one. I'm okay to change my mind. If this one will push higher, and then we'll take this high, and then we'll go and retest this level. So I'll sell. I'll take this order and I'll put it here. I'm okay with that because that weekly W is valid in my view. I will prefer a wider one. Yeah? But at least we are not going straight down from now on. We are going sideways. So I'm okay to buy the bottom of the range. I could assume this is a range now, like you saw on Link. Link was a bit early, but we can have the same thing on this one. So this is the bottom, this is the top. We have a range. We can play around in this area. So I'm okay with buying this level, selling half on a double, reload, and do it again and again until the market will leave the range and will go up. So let's see what will happen. I'll put on a limit order or I'll put an alarm here. Let's see how it'll develop. I'll prefer the market to go straight up, give me my sell half on a double, and then go back in the long reload zone. Then I'll definitely could remove this one and wait for the long reload zone, eventually retest of this double. Okay. On Zilliqa, we have a trade on daily chart. That's why it's interesting, because we got this this entry. Let me see if I have it here. Yeah, we got that W. So this is a swing trade. It's something different. You can see our limit order where we bought, and we have a trade here. We are more than 1-to-1, so we are okay. I'm hoping to get to this level and make some money. This is a swing trade. It's something different. It's on VIP, on premium members. They have this trade. For general public, we'll stay on weekly chart. So let's see what we can get from Zilliqa. For the moment, same kind of thinking. Let's hope that the market will be so bullish that will go here and give us a really nice free coin, or nice shot, or free coins, let's call it that way. We have another one, I guess 2 of them, mask. And you can see here, pretty simple stuff. We got a fill, and you can see where we have the sell half on a double. In the same time, we have a weekly double. That's a weekly double in a nice area. I'm okay with that. This big one, it's a weekly double. So if I'll get sell half on a double here, I'll definitely play in the long reload zone. I'll reload again and again, because this could be the bottom. I don't know exactly, but could be. No way to know exactly. We can, in a black swan event or something like that, we can break the lows pretty easily. So for the moment, we have a fill. Let's wait for a check if we have the order in the market, and if we'll get a fill, probably will in next couple of weeks, then we should think reloading. That's simple. And the last one, it's 1 inch. Well, you can see the same story here. We bought 0.5 here, and we had the order, but sometimes some nice things will happen. Things like this. Yeah, front run you just a little bit. So the low was 20 cents and something, and we had the limit order at 20 cents. Well, was my mistake. Usually I put the order a bit higher than the big fat round number, because I know a lot of people, they are doing the same thing. So I'm trying to be first. This time I missed that idea, and you can see front run us a little bit, and we didn't get an entry. You can see if we got that entry, we already had a double. Well, next bus, you can see we bought a lot higher from the market price. Nothing we can do now, but I see the same thing. Maybe, just maybe this will be a range from now on. If you are looking left, you can see lower highs and lower lows. That's not over. We need a consolidation going sideways. Yeah, I could see Bitcoin, okay, 50K, 16K to be the bottom. But on this one, I don't see the bottom. Not yet. Yeah, we can have a bottom here, but I don't see that range. I don't see that sideways movement and then to to think higher. We can form something here, but for the moment we are still under the lower highs and lower lows. Again, I'm okay if the market will give me a sell half and a double, and then I'll go back to retest this weekly W. I'm okay to reload that. But at the same time, I'll keep my order here. It's just a bit below. And looking left here, I think with the right kind of environment, we can get a fill there. We can go even lower. So I'm on the waiting mode for the moment. If the market wants to be really bullish and push higher, okay. But I don't think we'll go to give me a fill, to give me $1. It's probable, was last year. So with a nice week, we can get a feel on that one. But for the moment, I'm okay with keeping this order here and waiting to see what happens. If it will be the case, I'm okay with putting another 0.5 here. I don't know if it will be with free money after the double. Seems unlikely now, but who knows? Or I should take this level here and modify the limit order here and put it here. It's not too far away, so it's okay to put it a bit higher. That's about it about our 5 coins. So 1 inch, not too many things to do. We have a weekly W finally, but nothing to do. Cake. We are below our entry, and I don't see that weekly W. We just check if we have the limit order in the market. This one, at the entry level, we should wait for a shot. I think it's even probable to get on this one. Looks nice. Mask. You can see we got a nice feel, and we should wait for selling half on a double. This one, same thing. And that's about it on the 5 coins we had for today. Overall, let's take a look at what we have on Bitcoin dominance, because I have Kevin has his way to see the market. I have a slightly different way to see the market. You can see Bitcoin dominance, it's still here at this level. I was expecting some bounce here, something to happen, but seems like we'll form like a bottom and we can form a range here. And you can see it's kind of an equal distance from here to here and from here to 50% level. As I'm still hoping that Bitcoin will range in this area and altcoins will push higher, and Bitcoin dominance should go to 50 level to retest. That will give us a really nice mini altcoin season. Let's see what will happen. Strong ones, you can see they are already outperforming the rest, but could be a lot better. People who have experience, who already know what happened in 2017 and 2019, 2020. That kind of guys know what altcoins could do in the right environment. Some people already ask me, okay, I'm a break-even level. I want to sell. Well, I should sell? Well, I cannot make a plan for you, but if you bought at the wrong level and you are at scratch now, you are at your own money, you should reanalyze what you did. You have an opportunity to make a good plan now. You are not you didn't lose money anymore. You are at scratch. Yeah, you are floating now. You can adapt. Let's say you have a shitcoin or something, a bigger exposure, and you don't want that. Okay, if it's at scratch, you can sell some and have some cash. Or maybe you don't want to have 80% exposure on crypto at this point in time and only 20% cash. Maybe you want to change that to have more cash. Yeah, so use this opportunity. I don't think this is the bull market. Maybe I'm wrong. Use this opportunity to rebalance your portfolio and to rethink your plan. Yeah, we can go higher, especially on altcoins. If Bitcoin will keep this level and go to 40K or something like that, altcoins could go a lot higher. I didn't saw on higher time frame exponential movement on altcoins. Yeah, I saw nice bounces. We made some 10, 20 hour risk to reward on our trades. Yeah, we had a really nice month, a really nice 2 months almost. But I didn't saw exponential movement from altcoins. Not yet. So I could hope for Bitcoin dominance to go to this level. Ethereum versus Bitcoin. We can finally say that we have something to work on. Below long reload zone, this is a local bottom from a live stream. I said this is the bottom here. We can pay attention on 1 hour, but it's something different. Now you can see below 78.6, you can see we had a W. Now we have a W almost complete the other side of the trend line. And you can see here is the pump chaser zone from this low to this high. And you can see some support and resistance. Let's pay attention a little bit on Ethereum versus Bitcoin, because could be something nice. I'm not convinced yet, but some people, they have enough reasons to think, okay, it's time for Ethereum to outperform Bitcoin. Now, let's see another view. That's Bitcoin versus dollar, but I want a weekly chart. I post this one on Twitter. I posted on Discord, but I still feel the need to remind you where we are on higher time frame. In my point of view, Kevin already did his overview. So 38.2 from the entire range. Let's just zoom out a little bit. Huh? Pretty important level. I don't think we'll go straight through this level, straight up. At least we should fight at this level. We are at in the short reload zone from 48K. So you can see up, down, W, fake out. This was the beginning, the real beginning of the bear market on overall market. From April 2022, you can see what happened. So it's a pretty important level. I draw a fib level from here to the bottom, and this is the short reload zone. Now we are in that short reload zone. Honestly, on daily chart, if I will see a 3-bar fractal top, I'll take it. But let's keep in mind, we are in short reload zone from this high. We are 38.2 from the entire range. Don't think, yeah, you'll see a lot of influencers, let's call them that way, the nice name, influencers. They are starting to do videos again. They didn't do last year, nothing. They just barely post good morning, and that's it. And now they are alive again. Well, now it's up to you if you still want to follow them and listen to their advice. You know my opinion. I'll keep it just with that. Short reload zone from the entire range is all the way up here. So a push at least a week to 48 is possible. It's not probable, but it's possible for, I don't know, some news or some rumors or something to happen, and we could touch this level and quickly reject. Usually, if we'll go straight up and touch this level, we'll form like a local top, and we can push straight to the long reload zone. You can see we are drawing our long reload zone patiently. Yeah, and I said I'll patiently wait in the long reload zone. I don't know where the top will be, but I'll draw my long reload zone and I'll wait patiently to get a feel here. We bought here, some of us. Yeah, you can see the W was below 2017 all-time highs. I was doing videos with Brian at that time, and I said, okay, P-cycle bottom, give us a signal. Some people laughed at me, said, okay, we'll go to 8K. I said, okay, it's your opinion, I'll buy. Well, now we are double that price. But I'll definitely buy if the market at some point in time will go back at 61.8. And usually, market does that. Has a bad habit to go back and test at least 61.8. Maybe this time is different, but I don't think so. So at some point in time, I'll get my opportunity to buy at 61.8. I'll put another order on 78.6, and I'll even try Kevin level 88.6. That could be a really nice level to get a feel. No? Let's see, where is that level now? I bet it's at the breakout of the W. Well, hello. Let's hope we'll have another FUD event. Or not. So that's my overview on weekly chart. we can still push higher, but it's not an area where you want to pay attention on Bitcoin or to buy Bitcoin. Don't do that. Yeah, some altcoins are still at the bottom. What you are waiting for? Just try. If you want to, I don't know, use little old lady, okay. If you want, you know how to trade and you know how to position trade, okay, I'll buy here, I'll put my stop loss here, I'll buy on spot. You have some opportunities, but if you want to day trade, okay, join us and you'll see how we are day trading. If you want to swing trade on 4-hour chart, again, come with us on premium membership and you'll see us doing it live. All these trades, let me just find. All these trades and more, we posted on premium and VIP. And I think we have some good results. It's more than 10x on this one. This one is just barely starting. Look at this one. This one was posted by me on the daily plan videos and stayed at the entry point approximately 1 week. And now I'm hunting 10 to 1 risk to reward. I took the 30% off and I'm playing with the rest. RSR, same kind of thinking. So if you want to join us, feel free to join us. Look at this one. I know this one is Carol's favorite because he missed the trade. So Carol, look at this nice chart. Yeah, same idea, Zilica. We waited for this W. We waited really nice. Now we can push higher. Look at this bot setup. I know some TRI guys are here. Look at this bot setup. On daily chart. Clear. We have some to wait. You see, blue, we are waiting because we didn't get a fill, but look at these trades. Yeah, I think really nice ones. We are out from these ones because we had our trailing mode activated and we took some profit off and stopped out and profit on the rest. That's why you don't see any color here. This one stopped me out here. I don't have only winning trades. You can see this one stopped me out. Stopped me out, and now it's more than 1-to-1 in profit. Well, nothing I can do. Usually what I do, I have a soft stop loss on daily chart. But I had a hard one on this one. I don't know why. I tried, I guess, to protect my capital. When we pushed here, I put my hard stop loss. Usually I have a soft one. So if the market will close below this level, I'll close the trade. Because it's on spot, it's on higher time frame, it's not a big deal. Okay. Now, let's resume what we did. We talked about the plan, the strategy, what we have. You can make a copy. You can adapt this plan. It's not set in stone. You can adapt it. You can use it wherever you want. You have a complete spreadsheet. Thank you again, Miko and Mercurio and the rest of the guys making this nice spreadsheet. Complete one. Live prices, everything you need. It's for free. You don't need to pay anything. Yeah. A lot of people want day trading. Yeah. Day trading you can learn anytime. Anytime you can come with us, do Capua 1 and learn to trade. But on this investment plan, you have a window, a really nice window now. Yeah. So implement this plan and then thinking about learning to trade. This will give you nice money without too much effort. I guess half an hour a day or two hours at the end of the week, it's enough. And you'll make some nice money probably. We have the Capua 1 program running now. We have that. We said that we'll give the same price for the people who will book a place and will pay until the end of the year. So if you want to join our Capua 1 program, come on Discord if you are not already. Look at that program, look what we are offering, and if you want, you can participate. We'll start next year, probably at the beginning of the year. We don't have a set exactly the day we'll start, but we'll start next year because this program will last until the end of the year. We are close to starting to trade to practically trade. Last month of the program is about trading with us in a premium and checking the plan, checking the setups, seeing if you can execute properly, if you have what it takes to be profitable. Maybe you need some adjustments. Yeah. So the program is made something like this: 3 months teach you technical stuff and how to plan and how to manage yourself, and the last month is practical. You'll trade with us and we'll check every trade you put in the market. So if you want that, you can look at let's see how the channel is named. Is Capo One registration. Look at what channel says, and if you want, you can DM Kevin and book a place from now. I think it's a really good offer. Kevin, what do you say? We should go on doing the giveaway?
Yeah, sure. I got it ready to go.
Well, let's see, DMAC. I saw you typing in the chat. Lock, 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 lock. Lock on giveaway, lock on altcoins. On altcoins, you don't need lock. You need a good plan. And I think you have one, but.
Yeah, well, it looks like I got, I don't know, 12 names on here, 10 or 11, something like that. DMAC, you're on here. One of these days, maybe I'll get some sound effects going for drums. But I suppose today we'll just be hitting the button. What's that? All right, well,
I'm trying to imitate a drum.
It's a pretty shit drum roll, but we'll go with it. And I'll hit the button here.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah.
Let's go. All right, here we go. Let's see who's gonna.
Okay, let's see.
Alexandru. They're trying to get me to join their Discord.
Definitely, it's a Discord member. So I don't know if it's a premium member. If it's a premium member, he can choose to get a one-to-one with me, you, or Stefan, or another premium month. It's up to him. So Alexandru, please DM me, and I'll give you the prize. DMAC, sorry, next time. I love the fact, DMAC, that you won, I don't know, two or three times, maybe even more, kind of in the same area, and now you don't have any chance. It's not, I didn't do it purposely. You can see Kevin is drawing really honest way to do the giveaway.
We're using Wheel of Names. This is the best in the business.
Yeah, so.
And I was laughing when I saw they're trying to get me to join their Discord server. What's going on in the Wheel of Names Discord server? You gotta wonder.
I don't know. Something will happen.
I probably won't be joining that, but become part of the Wheel of Names Discord community. Yeah. But yeah, so
I want to say something for Discord members especially. Keep in mind, we are long on altcoins, and I framed our way to trade the Mountain Man and Shark setup. That's like a hedge for us. If Bitcoin will range and will go down, we'll compensate almost all the spot position, depending on the exposure. So keep that short ideas in the market. So don't limit orders. I still have it. I'm at scratch with Mountain Man, and Shark is waiting above. Well, we can do some requests.
Yeah, I think Link. Yeah, well, I don't know. Somebody was asking about Link, but while people are asking about other things, we can look at Link really quick. I don't know if there's much to say, really. I think I saw somebody. Oh, they were looking for a top in Link.
Well, you know my opinion if you are watching the daily plan video. Don't fucking short it. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Enjoy the ride. Don't short something like that. Don't do it. Why do you want to catch it? Just if you put the chart backwards, you will see you are trying to catch a falling knife. Just don't fucking do it.
Yeah, I
have
mean,
to remember to talk a bit nicer. because YouTube will punish us. I have a bad habit on Discord. It's okay, but on YouTube I have to.
Yeah, but I mean, just real quick too, like certainly on the daily chart, there's no top here. And if anything, we're getting up into some like resistance, I suppose, if you look left, but 38.2 is way up here. But even if you just, oh, sorry, that was a weekly chart, excuse me. But daily chart, still nothing. This thing's just ripping still. I mean, 4 hour, there's maybe an M coming in, maybe.
That's the perfect example where people will try to look at 4 hour chart, daily chart, see some yams and try to short. And they will be chopped. Look at that. We had already 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, like stuff
Don't
like
do it.
this.
Don't do it. Just if you are long, enjoy it. If you are not long, draw your long reload zone and wait for a retracement to get on that. Don't bet against the trend. Look at
Yeah,
daily, you can see it's an uptrend clearly.
yeah. I mean, that's tricky to be. I don't think shorting altcoins right here is a very good idea in general. Anyway, you're better off hunting new longs. But but it is what it is. We don't know how high it's going to go. Nobody ever does. This one looks strong though. And of course, this is a very nice sideways channel, which should produce pretty decent breakout. So clearly, that's happening right here. But I mean, we could easily find that it's up at $24 here. We'll see.
Yeah. Don't short strong altcoins. Look at that consolidation. You can see that channel. I guess I lost the. You can still hear me, Kevin?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I was thinking that I lost the connection. Look at that consolidation. That usually means strength. When you'll see the breakout, could push a lot higher. And look left. Look at the weeks you had before that consolidation. Look at the last bull market. What happened? Weeks. A lot of don't. Why you want to short something like that? I don't get it. I got a lot of questions about Link where we should short, and I said don't do it. It's that simple. Almost all the altcoins, they are looking strong now, and you want to short them. Why? I don't get it. Yeah, could be, but I think now is changing. The focus is changing from Bitcoin, Ethereum to altcoins, and you want to short them. I would prefer to hunt a top in Bitcoin, not on Ethereum. On Ethereum, no. But on Bitcoin, I could, if the Bitcoin will drop, yeah, we'll drag altcoins. But this time, first time, Bitcoin will drop more than altcoins, usually.
Yeah. I mean, there might be some pullback here, but it's still dangerous to short.
Yeah, that's a buying opportunity. Any pullback now. At the end of the year, it's a different story. We can think tax loss selling. We can think something different. We can see some FUD accumulating in the news. Yeah, but for the moment, you saw that Justin Sun news. Didn't even bother anything. No, nothing. Didn't care. Nobody cared about that. I post AVAX trade. I told you about AVAX at $10. Now it's $18. Why do you want to short something similar with AVAX?
Yeah. Omar was saying
Remember,
$20 on Link, and that like $20 big fat round number on Link here seems pretty easy to tag.
Yeah, it's no brainer. $20 to touch that level.
Look at this massive W in OBV. It's basically, I mean, that's what you would call a real OBV breakout. I mean, there's this W back here, but now we just have this. I mean, basically OBV's going after the highs here. It's going to take out, it looks like it is.
So, for me, that's the perfect chart. Why? Seeing that chart, let's say I missed everything. I didn't pay attention until now. Seeing that chart, that will draw, okay, let me draw my long reload zone. Let's wait for a Wyckoff check. Please give me a Wyckoff check so I could buy. Why I want to short something like that? I want to get in. Look at the OBV. Look at the big sideways movement. Look at the opportunity above.
Yeah.
Let's see if we have anything else.
I don't really have any other ones. There's no requests in the chat at least, but
I think I saw one. Oh.
I mean, I can talk about some more really quick. Like this CGLD is kind of trying to pull back to the breakout level. So like that's a pretty good example, one that I think is buyable. It's just basically, whether you want to draw like fibs off of those levels there and hunt, 47 cents and below, or if you want to just buy that breakout at 48 cents. You can see they tried to dip it down. Who knows? Maybe this thing takes off here, but I like stuff like this. Like, I'd rather be trying to long this than short link. Let's just leave it at that. HNT is another one I've been hunting, and I did get one fill on it. Had to I did want to buy this and not miss it. So I just, this is me chasing. That's like a daily W level. And you can see I got filled right there, but I'm really hunting lower here in the reload zone, but they bounced it pretty hard. So I don't know, maybe this one's not really viable right here. Still trying to, hopefully I want to buy more here. I just took a small nibble cause I didn't want to not have any. I wanted to own some of this. And if you look in, like, zoomed in, am I really chasing too much if I just went and said I'm going to work my bid against that breakout high there? You can see how they filled me on that dip. That's the kind of stuff that, that's the kind of stuff we should be hunting for, is like being patient and working our levels. And, they didn't fill me down here, unfortunately, or I even have one more bid lower. But that's the kind of stuff I'm looking at. I mean, some recent ones that we've bought lately, like Siacoin. Well, it's already taken off. What hasn't taken off here? Cartesi. This one sort of. Look at all these retests, though. By the way, this is why you do like this one. The weekly W breakout was like this level here, and they gave you like even that a couple days ago. They just dipped it politely right down and hit it again. So this is the importance of having your orders working. If you're trying to, if the time to buy is now, you got to kind of have your bids working, because they gave you plenty of chances here, but now they might not give you another one. What else is like we've been following Bake a lot, and they're trying to, they haven't really brought it down to reload zones here, except for this brief moment recently, well, a few weeks ago. What else is right near the breakout? I saw FXS is taking off now. I mean, they all look the same, basically. I like the weekly charts personally. You guys know that, but I just like to see, nice zoomed out. I like how FXS now has W'd here right off of 78.6 of the range. Even has a W on the other side of the trend line. Gave you 2 or 3 weeks to buy that level. Definitely, I was posting about this in our free room. Probably still have more chances actually to get in it, possibly, but that's the kind of stuff I'm interested in. What else is there? I already mentioned lit. What's that? Oh, root. Anya wants to look at root.
Yeah. Another one. Just above.
This one is
It's hard for me to spell that one in English.
Oh, okay, yeah, we'll look at Earn. Yeah, that's one that's finally getting going a bit. Yeah, root. Root. This one I like, and now I have an issue with Qcoin or issue accessing it. But I remember when I read about the FA on this one, I really liked it. I can't remember offhand. That was several months ago. But this one seems very, very interesting. As far as the chart,
I love that range. Really nice one.
Wait, what?
That range on the road. It's a sideways channel.
Yeah.
Exactly like link before the breakout.
Yeah, a lot like Link, and clearly, like, this W is still working here, basically.
Yeah.
And now we have a new W in here that's also broken out. We're above the reload zone here, so at 306, I don't know. I kind of prefer the what is that, 240 and below areas. But this, looks a lot like Link. That's a perfect way to describe it. So, of course, there is like resistance up against the top of the range, but if it can get through that, then we're just going to have big old wide W's. Once it breaks out, look at that. Like, it's like once it takes out like these like $4 highs, it's just going to, just like Link, is just going to be big old W's. So it looks awesome. OBV, I'm not like thrilled about here. We actually went into OBV divergence, bearish divergence on that move. And so then, of course, that's playing out right now. And we do have W's here. So, OBV is turned. You can see the volume, like That's actually a pretty, at least the volume's kind of coming in here. Like both the bulls and the bear volume is ramping up after that sort of sluggish last year. So like chunky bars here. So definitely people were in here accumulating through this recent pullback, and now it's got a W. So W came in right off Mountain Man. It looks great as long as you're probably not a great idea to chase it right here. Probably still get more opportunities. You know, just like those other charts I was showing you, they might dip it down against this Mountain Man level here at 240 a couple more times. But man, looks good. And Earn is one I've been talking about a lot. It's like one of the sort of lower market cap. I think it's like 40 million or lower market cap coin, and it looks pretty interesting to me. Been talking about this for a while here, and now it's finally getting going. You know, I originally bought this W, which is a great example of a shitty W, but it was a W, but it's just kind of ugly. So I bought this breakout essentially, and it didn't really produce much. I kept nibbling away a little bit, and now we have another nice solid W. They actually closed last week with a decent close. I think on Binance they might have just FU'd that low, so it's not. Yeah, they like did take out the list. It's not quite a little W off there, but I mean it's that's a gray area that everybody has to decide for themselves. I'm okay with that because it was basically just a really quick FU, and nonetheless I'm already long, so it doesn't even matter. But same kind of story as that route. You know, it's like I don't know about chasing right here. Sure, okay, fine, but like I'd prefer to be more mindful about my entries and wait for this breakout level, which we've had the last couple of weeks. I mean, I've definitely been talking about this one a lot, so can't tell me that I didn't suggest it as an opportunity. Basically, W right off 88.6. So yeah, I mean, it looks awesome. It's just a question of whether you want to ape in here or not. That's up to you. It's not that far gone or anything. It's just now starting, but holy shit, it has tons of upside and it's a low market cap. So this could be like a 10x or pretty easily, I think. I mean, you know, say even call it $2 just for easy math. The 10x is up here at the old highs, which is 78.6, and now it'd be like going from like 30 to 300 million market cap or something like that. So I think it was a 30. I think this one has like closer to 40 million market cap if I remember. I don't know. Of course, that's always going to be changing here, but point being, this is like a nice like micro cap-ish one that has a lot of upside, and maybe this turns into like the 100x, or you know, I don't know what's. I mean, it's already $2 here. We'll see. Maybe this thing takes out the highs in the next cycle and becomes one of the new shiniest, bestest things that like chubby curly haired dudes can scam everybody on. but anyway, I'm a big fan of Earn. I like this one. Looks like there's a bunch of names in here now to look at. So maybe I'll just got some ones I don't know of. I mean, I know of this TRIAS. What the hell did I just do here? TRAIAS. Looks like I talked about this one before. I definitely recognize the name, but the other ones in your list I don't necessarily recognize. So what can we say about this? Clearly, this trend line off the top is just sort of a, maybe resistance at this point. You know, any moves up against it are probably going to be met with resistance. Certainly not on the other side of the trend yet. And it also looks like they never quite. I was probably talking about this with somebody saying should probably wait for green boxes to hunt bids, and unfortunately, they never quite gave anybody that chance. And now it's just at the top of like this range. So it's like, we have a range with range highs here established. So like not really great area to be buying right into the top of this range, right? We could easily just roll over here and have to set up again. I mean, it's in a uptrend here. Nice bull move. The OBV is just pointing higher. There's not really a lot to say about it other than got to just wait for pullbacks. See what happens at these highs here. If it takes off, then missed the boat. I don't even think I can trade this personally. So nothing to do there for me. VRA. Oh wait, these are Stefan's names. I didn't see your name there. Geez, where do we look at this? Bitfinex? Qcoin, I guess. I don't know if that's the same one, but we'll look at veracity. Eh, I mean, clearly lots of upside, without a doubt. I mean, it's sitting at less than a penny here, and I don't know, 6 cents up here. So a fair bit of upside. No real weekly. Well, I guess you could say that's a weekly W there. It's a little steep. And then of course we have this sort of top of the range high here that's needs to be taken out for this to truly turn into a bull. Sort of in the middle of the range if you think about just the current range. The lows right here, even kind of towards the highs of the range now. So not really great location right here. OBV is not really in divergence like through these moves down. We do have a W now and kind of volume coming in. So I mean, clearly this thing could take off, no problem. I just don't know if I want to buy it there. I'd prefer to just, I mean, even using the old lows as my range for reload zones kind of was sort of my speed. I'd say if you can't buy it below like I don't know, 57 and lower, then I'm just gonna wait. Of course, this is another one that didn't appear to be very easy on. It's not on Kraken or Coinbase for me. Yeah, when I see something like this, I mean, that is technically like a W, I suppose, of sorts, but man, it's not really the kind of W's we like to see. If anything, there wasn't even a W back here. That's sort of V bottom. So I think this thing could easily kind of see lower, retests of lower prices before it truly bottoms. It doesn't truly have a W here working. I suppose if they take the highs out, we'll have this big, massive bottom, and that'd be a nice place to just draw reload zones and hunt back, pullbacks down against reload zones. Just nothing to do right here. What else is in here? Andre is saying, instead of chasing, I put bids in to give me something to do and not FOMO. Yeah, totally. Like if you, like right here is a perfect example. When this thing was ripping up and you're feeling the FOMO here, go draw your reload zones and work some bids and just make you, keep you in the game, but without blowing money at bad levels. And sure enough, you would have been rewarded here if you would have just, not chased here, drawn your reload zones and bought pullbacks. Then now you'd be kind of sitting pretty good. Whereas if you would have chased here, you would have had to go underwater and you'd still be underwater right now. So yeah, you got to work, and that's unfortunately that's the game. Like I missed this ASTR, and it's kind of bugging me. Like I wanted to buy this thing, and it's just great looking breakout here. Now a big old fat W, but I never truly got like there was this weekly W, so I should have been hunting there. Didn't OBV's in divergence and W and out like crazy, and here I can't buy it here. I'm not even willing to buy that breakout. It's just a little bit too tall of a W for me to want to go buy that level. Maybe the candle bodies, I suppose, at like 60 cents, but it is a perfect example of just me missing a trade and having to just sort of watch it take off without me. What can you do? All I can do is, like Andre was just saying here, I could go work my bids right now down in reload zones and hopefully I get some sort of panic dump before they bounce it again. Pretty likely it wouldn't be the first time that's happened to me. In fact, it's happened a lot. It happens all the time. I kind of, but my point that I was getting at is so this one I've missed. And unfortunately, the only way you can truly make this sort of investment plan work is if you're willing to do the work ahead of time and have your bids working, because it's usually too late by the time the if you wait for the levels to be hit, it becomes harder to get in later. So like that's kind of where we're at right now. Got to work your bids to set up for the next rally. Like now we have like something like this has this nice big base in, and I'm happy to buy it anywhere down sort of, I don't know, 60 cents or below, but we'll see where this thing ends up rolling over. And I suppose this is the reason we're doing this show. Like, every week we go through and we, Paul just did it. We marked it's boring as hell to look at like some of these charts and be like, well, I'm not going to buy till way down here. That's not really exciting. It's not going to like jump up our YouTube subscriber list or anything or make us YouTube influencers. But it's the only way you can really do it. You just have to sort of think ahead of the game because, and work your bids, just like Andre said.
Well, we are not real influencers. We were here half a year, 1 year ago, when they are quietly not saying anything, and now seeing the Bitcoin. I heard someone saying that he will become bullish after Bitcoin will close above 40K. Well, I don't know. Good luck with
Ish.
that.
I mean, that's why I don't like that. Like, honestly, like I've been a bull all year, even when I was thinking lower. It's like I'm a
Yeah.
bull. It's just I'm a bull that's not going to chase. So it's like, yeah, I mean, I started becoming a bull at the beginning of the year, really, when we were like, well, shit, we have a 2 year bear market behind us. And, we kind of sort of millions of times have talked about this accumulation uh, year. Nothing's changed. It's like optimistically bullish in general. I just don't, I'm not going to make a weird claim like if Bitcoin goes to this level, that means like
The
we're
market will not go straight up.
yeah,
We'll go up and down and slightly up. Now we are due for a correction. We don't know from this level, from a higher level. But in the beginning of the year, even if we are bullish and we saw altcoin bouncing, we said, okay, let's draw some fibs. Let's wait at the bottom, and you saw what happened. At the beginning of the year, nobody trusts us that the market will go back to our level. Now the market is a bit below our entries, and nobody trusts us that will go up, and so on.
yeah,
We just respect the plan. From what we saw last couple of times, I think we have a really nice chance to make some money.
yeah. But everybody has to figure out what's going to make them bullish. But if you think about like what a professional bull would be doing anyway is like, that's why we like W's, because like when the W comes in, it's like the W comes in and right there you're like, okay, I'm a bull. That doesn't mean you buy it up here though, right? Like so like the problem is with the public or just like new people, even if they know this concept of W, they'll see the W and then they're going to buy it after it's broken out. But a real professional is buying the dip. That's that sort of idea of the dip, right? We want to buy, we wait for confirmation. W gives us a nice confirmation, nice breakout. So now we're like, okay, the bottom's in, like back here. I was just like looking at this MNW was another request. I mean, there was these two W's actually. There was like a little one that you could have, used as confirmation, and then the wider one came in right after, and they even tested it the next week, to give you your fill. And so,
Yeah,
we're looking to buy, like as we become a bull on the W and then we hunt the pullback. And the funny thing is everybody gets bearish in that pullback. Like all the people that bought up here get underwater and then they turn into bears when the pro bulls are actually going like, no, I'm still a bull. I'm going to buy right there. And then price goes.
exactly what we have on link. We are waiting for the retracement to buy. It's that kind of market now.
Yeah. I mean, you can kind of see it right here. Like, do you think that level right there might be an interesting fib level? If I were to draw my, I mean, it's,
I know it is.
if I was like, okay, when I'm, the breakout happened and I missed it, bummer, and it's ripping, but I draw my fibs here. And like Andre was saying, I'm just going to work a bit at 61.8 just to make me feel like I'm keeping my head in the game. And sure enough, they brought it down right for you and filled you. And I don't know if you got a double off there, 104 up to 2. Yeah, you would have banged your double in that move just by waiting for 61.8. And so that's exactly this drawing I just made, right? The retest is where the real pros hunt. They wait for confirmation and then buy the retest. Now, where are we at with this particular? This was a request here, MNW Morpheus Network. So where are we at right now? It's kind of, sure, we got little W's coming in here. So I suppose, I don't have a problem with that, except for we are in the reload zone if I move my fibs now. So we're not currently in the reload zone, but that area will be. So like now on this one, we have, at least this zone at minimum for chasing this market, I think is, you can see how the new W's coming in right off that same mountain men now again. So I guess pullbacks into that level are okay buying this W breakout if you like this name. I just don't like that there is still downside risk. So if this thing does roll over, 78.6 and 88.6 are probably the next stop. So down against the old W. So like as a truly patient person, I'd want to wait you know, like I'd be okay with the nibble here at Mountain Man, but I'd really want to be trying to do the bulk of my buying against the old W. Kind of like this drawing, right? Like I want to do my buying right here against the W breakout level. It's the same thing. You know, we love when a weekly bottom is retested. Love that. That's like, I mean, that's like the fucking, sorry YouTube for cussing. That's like the level. Like if you can, anytime you can buy a previous W breakout, that's like my favorite. That's my favorite trade probably like ever. I mean, that's the trade that's done the best for me, truthfully. There's just a lot of support there as price comes back down to that level. So yeah, anyway, move on to a couple more real quick here because there's all of a sudden kind of a lot of them. Well, we got S Fund.
One more and that's it. I don't know. Choose one of them.
Yeah, we'll skip Stefan.
I
Sorry,
see.
I'll like skip it.
Yeah, Stefan.
Well, we only have
Stefan can
two
do his
more.
own analysis.
Well, it's been an hour and a half, but we only have two more. But I'm gonna skip to LMR, and then Andre's making fun of me for being in the U.S. and yeah, like free market. What kind of free market do we live in here? Man, crypto is real. I mean, the U.S. has really cut crypto's balls off this time around. Jeez. I'll leave my little white drawing up on there for the future. Lumerin. Gotta love these silly tech names. Lumerin. Tech name like crypto and tech and especially like pharma, man. Like the pharma names are hilarious for new drugs. Well, somebody was saying, I don't know what, let's see, LMR make 10x Nexus form. Well, yeah. Are you saying that you already got a 10x? Because if so, nice one. Man, holy shit. Big move on this thing. So yeah, this is a 10xer. There's nothing to do about it now. I don't know if we could say
Yeah,
this.
just draw your fibs and wait at 88.6 on that one.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can certainly draw fibs and hunt your pullbacks. Yeah. But that's about it for now. If you're already long, great. That's a killer trade. Damn. I guess W's came in that area very tightly. Would have had to been on the ball to buy that W, but very nice. Nice upward OBV. W came in here on OBV. So like on this like kind of ugly candle, you would have had indicator confirmation and just could go hunting after that. But nothing to do about it now.
Then trade there.
What's that?
It's a 10 risk to reward trade there, even more.
Yeah, it's huge. Very nice. I'll end with this last request formation FI. Ah, that looks interesting. Just kind of at first glance. Zoom in a little bit. Not really a nice move, obviously, here. It's up quite a bit here recently. It's about a double,
Yeah,
it looks like.
right side of the W, it's a bit low.
Yeah, it's not truly a W because they did take out the lows. And also just not really a W. I mean, interesting when you see these like spikies up here. That's just kind of probably accumulation. Just, you know, they'd push the bid up as they were buying and then it would come back down. They were just slowly trying to accumulate. Whoever the smart money is behind this probably. Kind of seems like it had that behavior through here too. So maybe it's just not traded that much. Look how volume went to nothing through there. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's like
Now the
they
bottom
loaded
is
up
going.
and then volume stopped.
I could see an LJ setup there
Yeah.
forming.
I suppose if
If
you're
it's not a double bottom, okay, it's not a W, but we can wait for the next one, an LJ from that week high to the next one. Seems like.
something like that, yeah. I mean, wait for the next W.
Yep.
Definitely has upside. So, and I like just when I looked at the chart like this, I was like, holy shit. I mean,
A lot of potential, yeah.
I want to buy down here and get like, I mean, how much is that? That's like, I mean, if just from
If you
like,
zoom out and up, you think he's dead, you can look at he's not moving, but
I mean, that's a 12,000% back to just this M top. I shouldn't say
yeah.
just this M top, but man, that's a,
Yeah, really nice one.
definitely the kind of thing I want to be a buyer on. But zooming in, I think you're chasing a little bit right here. Could probably wait. So anyway, we
Well,
are
if you
at
are
past an hour
buying,
and a half.
you can buy some, but with little old lady with a different strategy. Or, I don't know, buy a small quantity and think for a higher risk to reward. You have a W there. It's kind of a W. If you know something fundamentally, okay, buy it. But if not, draw some reload zone and you can find a really nice retracement there.
Yeah, yeah, just somewhere in like this area down here once you draw your reload zone. Cool. I think I didn't see that one. Yeah, that one's just basically on Qcoin here, not even on Binance. And I
Yeah.
mean, I that going back to the whole on-chain stuff, I am kind of, I do want to explore trade. I know that I could trade some of this stuff on chain, but uh
Watch out on one chain. If you do a plan, if you are you cannot set a stop loss. So
yeah.
zoom out, play some investment, play this plan. Let's say that way. Play our plan, play it on DeFi on chain. You cannot set a stop loss, so I don't think it's a good idea to swing trade there, to
No.
especially to try to day trade to pinpoint some levels. No, zoom out, daily, weekly chart, buy small amounts and hope for 10R, 100R, 100X, and so on, even more.
Yeah, honestly, I was thinking this week that probably the way I'd one approach I would take is just take any doubles I can bang out. Like if I bang a double out in the regular, Coinbase markets, like this week I got 5, like I was saying, just take that capital, pull it off the exchange, and then just start buying. Because if I do on chain trading, I'm not going to sell halves on doubles. Even I'm going to try to like just ride them. Maybe sell half on a triple or something like that. But in general, I would just put small positions on and just hold them until peak euphoria, I think is how I would approach, or some sort of mega rip. Like if I catch something that happens to, it's going to be a different strategy. But I like the idea of using capital that I can pull out of the regular, whatever you want to call it, regular crypto markets. I don't know what the hell you call it. And just maybe divert that into like a on-chain investment plan that's just basically just buying and holding and trying to, you know, max capitalization on anything that rallies into the next cycle. That's sort of how I kind of, that's how what I'm thinking kind of, but just one idea. But definitely can see the need to, I mean, actually, to be honest, I mean, Coinbase and Kraken is limited in its scope, but man, there's still plenty of stuff to trade. So it's not, I just might have to miss like something like this where I can't access it, and then it might become like the next 100xer or something. It'll be a little harder for me to trade something like this, but there still is a lot of opportunities. So it's not like it's dead in the water or
Yeah.
anything. But anyway, we're well past an hour and a half here, so I guess unless somebody's got any questions or if you want to say anything to finish up, Paul, we'll probably wrap it up here.
Well, we did our job. Please, if you want to follow this plan, please, I don't know, use a specific amount of money that will not hurt you. Yeah, don't buy too much. Don't buy with money you need to have it in 1 year. Buy with small amount of money. Don't think if you buy more you'll make more money. If you buy a smaller amount but you can keep it closer to the top, you'll make more money than when you buy a big amount and you have emotions, and after a double or something like that, you will sell everything. We used $2,000 uh, just for a reference point. It's up to you how much you use, but don't try to sell your house. Just buy us with small money, because here is low risk, high reward. That's the idea of this plan. Yeah, high reward, high risk to reward. 100x on your money or 50x on your money or even 10. It's good enough. Don't be too greedy. Just
Yeah.
my 2 cents.
Yep. And the truth is, like, if you can manage your risk and also just get relatively decent location, like you don't even need like something like this. Even if you did chase this, it's up 100% off the lows basically. Say you bought it right here, but you only risked like, an amount of money, like 0.5 of your, of your portfolio or something, and also your portfolio was an amount that you're risking in the market that's not going to kill you, then even if you like chase a market like this, chances are if you're willing to hold, you'll be saved down the, you'll do fine down the road. So it's like the trick is, managing your risk first. And if you can manage your risk, then your entry can even be a little bit shoddy. Like a shitty entry can still be fine as long as it's not super shitty, like buying tops. As long as you're getting kind of in the range of a decent entry, then you'll like something like this. You might buy right here, then it actually goes to new lows. And then at the cycle top, it's you don't panic sell because you didn't overinvest or sell your house, or you know God forbid your kid. Don't sell your kid for crypto, whatever you do. But maybe it goes to new lows, and then you don't panic sell because you have a plan and you didn't risk an insane amount of money. And then a year later, it's up 50x. And if you would have sold your house, you would have maybe panic exited here and then double the pain when later you have to watch it go 50x after you exited at a loss. And so that's why risk management and planning is almost way more important than the technical analysis part in that sense. Like, especially for like investing, like, when you start getting into lower time frames, it's a little bit different of a game. But like, especially for this investing, I've known plenty of people that have made a lot of money in crypto just by being around at the right time and willing to not, willing to hold. Like, and now's the right time. So it's like, can you build a plan that allows you to hold until the cycle highs? That's the game. Anyway, thanks for joining us as always. A lot of the regulars really appreciate it, and it's always nice to see you guys in the chat. And it's nice to see people banging out some wins. Definitely have some people like Lilian just banging out tons of doubles. Christian banging out tons of doubles. Hopefully some of you guys got doubles off of this Road to Financial Freedom plan. Thanks, Miku, for handling all that. And we'll just leave it at that. I guess the last thing before I forget, I should just mention that we are taking, signups for our Capio One program. Will start again at the beginning of the year. Paul already mentioned that, but I just want to add that if you're interested in that, reach out to me. And we are just offering kind of like, if you're not sure what you're doing with your trading, or if you even want to do Capio One, or if you even, whatever your learning approach is, if you're not really sure on how to get started, you're more than welcome to book a one-on-one with me. And we're basically just offering, I'll sit with you for one-on-one, charge you $100, but if you decide to take the Capio One, we'll just apply that to the Capio One, so you end up with the free one-on-one just to sort of work out a plan for you. And maybe you don't even want to take Capio One, but it's worth it to you to just, you and I can sit down and just work out a journey for you that's reasonable for like a learning path. But we just wanted to, so if you're unsure about Capio One, I can talk to you and just kind of figure out if it's right for you, and then you could apply that to the school if you'd like. So we are doing that, and of course taking signups all year. So anybody, or the rest of the year, so anybody that's interested, just DM me is fine on Twitter or on Discord is fine. And yeah, we'll just hopefully be able to help you guys learn how to do this, or at least just push you in the right direction. I'm happy to just sort of, if I can assist you in getting off on the right track, I'm happy to do so. And we'll just keep on keeping on, building out our community. And it's nice to see a little bit of uppy crypto. So we'll just see where this all leads us. And I guess I'll just leave it at that. No amazing goodbyes or exits, but we'll be back. Well, I'll be back on Tuesday for sure to talk more crypto at 20 UTC on YouTube. So check it out there and get your requests ready, and I'll go deeper into some of the names we don't cover in this show. And other than that, I'll just see you guys around on Discord and on Twitter and everywhere else in the crypto world. So take care, everyone, and thank you again.